Hi everyone. I'm Candy from Susan's family. Today I'm bringing you a soccer fan's charm, red and green version. This product is divided into clothes, hands, the main part, facial features, hair, hat, and football. Make them in order. Crochet and assemble as you go. First, crochet the clothes. It's divided into top and pants. Let's start with the top. Use chain stitches to form a circle. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. Leave armholes along the way. Finally, glue the threads at the shoulders of the top. The stitches used are CH chain, F double crochet, and FV double crochet 2 in 1. Please watch the demonstration. First, let's get familiar with the chart. In the chart, R plus number indicates the round number. H plus number indicates the row number. The increases and decreases explanation column shows the stitch techniques needed when crocheting the current round. It also includes information about increasing or decreasing. The total stitches column shows the total number of stitches. After completing all stitches in the current round, take the yarn. For convenient watching, I'll demonstrate using other colors here. For specific yarn, color schemes and hook sizes, please refer to the detail page of our product and paper instructions. The chart starts with 18ch. Join with a slip stitch to the first stitch, which means to begin with a chain of 18 stitches. Then join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. To form a circle with the chains, take the corresponding yarn. First make a slip knot. Hold the yarn with left hand. Hold the hook with right hand. Insert into the knotted loop. Adjust the loop size. Then follow the pattern to crochet the corresponding number of chains. Once done, pick up the front loop of the first chain, and join with a slip stitch. Make sure the chains don't twist. And keep the right side facing up. The right side shows a V-shaped braid-like texture. The joining slip stitch doesn't count as one stitch. Gently tighten. To avoid extra stitches later, this completes the starting chain. Now begin the first round. Work 3 chains as the beginning chain for the double crochet. And count it as 1 double crochet. Correspond to the first chain below, which is the chain where you joined with a slip stitch. Next, pick up the top loop of the chain on the left side. That's this single strand. Work 1 double crochet. Place the starting tail above the hook, and weave in as you go. Continue left, matching one stitch to another, work 3 double crochets. The next stitch is FV double crochet increase. The crocheting method is to pick up the top loop of the adjacent chain on the left side. Work 2 double crochets. Work into the same stitch. One, 2. This completes the double crochet increase. Continue left, working 2 double crochets one by one. One double crochet increase. The stitch techniques used below have all been demonstrated before. Everyone follow the pattern chart to pick up the top loop of the chain. Complete this round. After finishing the last stitch, pick up the 2 strands of the third chain, in the beginning chain on the left side, join with a slip stitch. You can count from bottom to top. That is, the chain on the right side of this double crochet stitch. The joining slip stitch does not count as a stitch. Need to tighten. The slip stitch is not indicated in the form. Actually, when crocheting in the round, always finish by joining with a slip stitch and pull tight. I won't repeat this explanation later. The first round is complete. We consider the side facing us as we crochet to be the right side of the piece. Continue to crochet round 2. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. Counts as 1 double crochet, corresponds to the beginning chain below, unless otherwise specified later. The 3 chains at the start of each round count as 1 double crochet. I won't repeat this explanation later. Next, work 4 double crochets into the DC stitches to the left. The reason for working a slip stitch on the right side of the first DC stitch is slightly puckered. Don't miss this when crocheting. After completing 4 double crochets, work 2 double crochet increases into the next DC stitches. Two double crochets. The stitch techniques used below have been demonstrated before. Pick up DC stitches, and follow the chart to complete this round. After the last stitch is done, pick up the left side of the third chain in the beginning chain. Work a slip stitch to join. This completes round 2. Now work round 3. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. Next, work 6 double crochets to the left. After completing, work 3 chains as transition. Leave 6 stitches unworked underneath. Starting from the next stitch, work 9 double crochets in sequence. After finishing, work 3 chains as transition. Leave 6 stitches unworked underneath. Work 2 double crochets to the left in sequence. Join with a slip stitch. This completes round 3. This also creates the armhole position. Next, work the final round. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. Then work 1 double crochet corresponding to each stitch to the left. Total stitches match the previous round. When encountering a chain space, you can pick up the chain space to crochet, or pick up the 2 strands above the chain to crochet. Choose according to your preference. I'm picking up the chain space here. Join with a slip stitch. This completes the final round. Work 1 chain to secure. Leave a 10 cm yarn tail threaded through the needle. Weave the yarn tail into the wrong side of the fabric. Cut the yarn, then pull the yarn tail tight. Now let's crochet the collar edge, which means crocheting slip stitches and rounds around the neckline. The insertion point is picking up the remaining 2 strands of the chain. That's the same insertion point as the first round. Take the yarn. First make a slip knot. Place it on the hook. Pull the yarn through. Adjust the loop size. Complete joining the yarn. Then crochet slip stitches to the left. Don't pull too tight. After completing, leave a 15 cm yarn tail for invisible finishing. Pass through the 2 strands of the first slip stitch. Then through the center position on the right side of the last slip stitch. Gently tighten. Lay the yarn flat. Tuck the yarn tail into the wrong side of the fabric. The collar edge is now complete. Next, crochet the sleeve cuffs. Position the collar edge facing up, locate the left and right armhole positions. Crochet 1 row of slip stitches along the top of the armhole. That is, pick up the skipped stitches on the garment and crochet them. Rotate the piece. The last row of stitches should be facing up. Find any armhole position. Insert the hook into the placement of stitches for the double crochet on the right side of the skipped stitch. Join the yarn. Then crochet slip stitches to the left. After completing the skipped stitches, crochet 1 more stitch to the left. Cut the yarn and weave in the ends. Once one side is finished, continue with the other side. Finally, weave in all yarn tails. The sleeve cuffs are now complete. Next, refer to the color scheme on the chart. Glue the lines on the shoulder area of the garment. Or you can wait until the garment is worn. Check the front side effect, then glue them. I'll demonstrate the method first. Place the slip stitch marks facing backward when gluing. The lines on the shoulder area come in groups of 2-3. Wait until the glue is dry. Trim off the excess yarn. To prevent the yarn from unraveling, the top is now complete. Now let's crochet the pants. They consist of the waistband and the legs. First, crochet the waistband. Please watch the demonstration. Take the yarn. Start by leaving a 30 cm yarn tail for sewing. Next, follow the same casting on method as the top. Refer to the waistband chart for casting on. After casting on is complete, move on to the first round. Work 1 chain as the turning chain for single crochet. The turning chain for single crochet doesn't count as a stitch. Next, pick up the top loop of the chain below, 1 single crochet in each stitch. The first single crochet goes into the same place of the slip stitch. When crocheting single crochet, place the hook above the yarn. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and pull through all loops at once. This completes 1 X stitch single crochet. Continue to the left, picking up the top loop of the chain to make X stitch single crochets. While crocheting, do not weave the reserved yarn into stitches. After completing 1 round, the stitch count matches the starting chain. Finally, pick up the first single crochet stitch, and join with a slip stitch. This completes the first round. Continue to crochet round 2, work 2 chains as beginning chain. Counts as 1/2 double crochet. Corresponding to the first single crochet below, pick up the top of each single crochet stitch to work half double crochets. Finally, pick up both strands of the second chain in the beginning chain. Join with a slip stitch. This completes the second round. This completes the waistband. Next, crochet the leg. Work 3 chains as transition. Skip 12 stitches. Note, skipped stitches include the beginning chain. Then work a slip stitch in the next stitch. SL means slip stitch, do not tighten here. Then work 2 chains as beginning chain. Pick up the waistband stitches to the left, working 1/2 double crochet per stitch. Note, do not crochet into the slip stitch stitch. Move to the position of the 3 chain transition. Pick up the top loop of the chains and work 3 half double crochets. Finally, pick up the left side of the second chain in the beginning chain. Join with a slip stitch. This completes the first round of the leg. Continue to crochet round 2, work 2 chains as beginning chain. Then work 1/2 double crochet per stitch to the left. Finish with a slip stitch join. Cut the yarn and weave in the ends. Tuck the yarn tail to the wrong side of the fabric. This completes the first leg. Now let's crochet the second leg. Insert the hook into the beginning chain of the last round on the waistband to join the yarn. Insert the hook into. Get the yarn. First make a slip knot. Place it on the hook and pull the yarn through. Adjust the loop size. This completes joining the yarn. Working 2 chains as beginning chain. Then crochet half double crochets to the left. When you reach the position of 3 chains, pick up half stitch. Or insert into the placement of stitches on the other leg. Crochet half double crochets. Join with a slip stitch. The first round is complete. Continue to crochet round 2, which is working even with half double crochets. Join with a slip stitch. Complete. Cut the yarn and weave in ends. Leave only the yarn tail reserved at the beginning. Weave in all other yarn tails. Both legs are done. After completing the legs, now crochet the leg edges. Crochet separately on both legs. Finish with invisible join. After finishing one side, crochet the other side. Finally, weave in the yarn tails. That's all for the pants. That's all for the garment. After completing the garment, now crochet the hands, 2 in total. Crochet using the same method. Start with an adjustable magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. The new stitch technique used is V single crochet increase. Please watch the demonstration. Take the yarn. First, start with an adjustable magic ring. Completed. Move on to the first round. Make 1 beginning chain. Then, in the magic ring loop, work 6x stitch single crochets. Completed. Tighten the starting yarn tail. Tighten the center of the piece. Finally, insert the hook into the first single crochet stitch, and join with a slip stitch. If you can't find it, look from the back forward. The first round is complete. Move on to round 2. The chart shows X, V, X, times 2, where the parentheses indicate that the stitches inside form one repeating sequence. Make 1 beginning chain, then work 1 single crochet according to the pattern chart. The next stitch is a single crochet increase. The crocheting method is to work 2 single crochets into the same stitch. 1, 2. This completes the single crochet increase. Then work 1 single crochet to the left. This completes one sequence in the chart. Work another sequence. Finally, join with a slip stitch. Because there are fewer stitches, turn the right side out. Hide the excess yarn tail in your hand as stuffing. Now work round 3. Then pick up the stitches from the previous round, and work even single crochets. Total stitches are the same as the previous round. Finally, join with a slip stitch. This completes round 3. The remaining rounds follow the same demonstration as round 3. Continue all the way down to the last round. After completing the last round, if you want longer hands, you can work one more round. Finish with a chain stitch to secure. Leave a 10 cm yarn tail, and fasten off the yarn. Take a small amount of fiberfill and stuff it in. One hand is done. Follow this method to crochet the other hand. The crocheting method for the hands is now complete. Set it aside for now. Next, let's make the main part. It consists of the legs, body, and head. Start by crocheting the legs. Begin with an adjustable magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. Crochet a total of 2 legs. Cut the yarn for one leg. Don't cut the yarn for the other leg. After completing, connect the leg with cut yarn. Crochet upwards to make the body. Attach the hands during the process. Finally, crochet the head. Remember to stuff appropriately with fiber fill as you go. Please watch the demonstration. Legs should be crocheted using the same method as the hands. Crochet according to the leg chart. Crochet a total of 2 legs. Cut the yarn for one leg. Don't cut the yarn for the other leg. I've already crocheted these in advance. Remember to add a small amount of fiber fill inside. After completing, we'll crochet the body next. Take the leg with uncut yarn. Work 2 chains. Pick up the leg with cut yarn. Insert hook into the first stitch of the last round, and join with a slip stitch. Gently tighten. Now the 2 legs are connected. Chain 1 to begin. Work 1 single crochet into the insertion point of the slip stitch. This single crochet is the first stitch of the body. Continue working 7 single crochets to the left. After completing, pick up the 2 chains on the left side. Work 2 single crochets. Pick up the yarn closest to you. That's this strand. Move to the left leg position. Pick up stitches, and work 8 single crochets in sequence. The first stitch goes into the insertion point of the slip stitch on the leg. After completing, move to the other side of the connecting chains, and work 2 single crochets in sequence. You can work them into the same position as the opposite single crochets. Finally, pick up the first stitch of the body, and join with a slip stitch. Now the first round is complete. Rounds 2 through 5 don't use new stitch techniques. Before starting each round, chain 1 to begin. Finish with a slip stitch to connect. Follow the pattern chart to complete these rounds. After completing, now work round 6, chain 1 to begin. Work 3 single crochets in sequence on the previous round stitches. The next stitch is a single crochet decrease. First, look at the 2 strands of the stitch. The strand closer to you is called the front loop. The strand farther from you is the back loop. First, insert into the front loop of the first stitch. Then, insert into the front loop of the left stitch. There are 3 loops on the hook while crocheting. Yarn over. Pull through the first 2 loops. 2 loops remain. Yarn over, draw through in once. Single crochet decrease completed. This method of picking up only the front loops for decreasing is called invisible decrease. Use this technique to crochet. The gaps between stitches are smaller. The fabric is more delicate overall. Next, work the corresponding number of single crochets to the left. Next, work 1 single crochet decrease to the left. First, pick up the front loops of the 2 left side stitches and thread through. Then yarn over and pull through. Draw through the first 2 loops. 2 loops remain. Yarn over and pull through all loops at once, completing another single crochet decrease. Work 1 single crochet in each of the remaining 3 stitches. Join with a slip stitch. This completes the 6th round. Rounds 7 through 9. No new stitch techniques are used. Just follow the previous demonstration. Refer to the pattern chart for crocheting. Once completed, next work round 10, chain 1 as beginning chain. First, work 2 single crochets on the body. Then work 3 single crochets to the left, and connect the hands. Take out the hands. Let's look at the hands. There are 8 stitches in total. Pressing it flat. Place the slip stitch marks at the back and centered. Skip 1 stitch on the left side, and 1 stitch on the right side. Fold the middle 6 stitches in half and overlap, which is equivalent to 3 stitches. Insert the hook into the first stitch. See here, 1 stitch is skipped. Then insert into one stitch of the body. Join and make one single crochet. Continue this process. Work 2 single crochets to the left. After inserting into the third stitch, you'll notice the stitch on the left side is skipped. Upon completion, this is how the hands are connected. Excess yarn from the hands can be placed inside the body as stuffing. Next, work 6 single crochets in sequence on the body. Upon completion, work 3 single crochets to the left and join the hands. The joining method is the same as the previous hand connection. Upon completion, continue working 2 single crochets on the body. Finish with a slip stitch. This completes the hand connection and completes round 10. Now move on to round 11. Round 11 follows the stitch pattern in the chart. Pay attention, do not work the skipped stitches on the hands. This completes round 11. Take out a small amount of fiber fill and stuff it in. Fluff it up before stuffing. Upon completion, work round 12, make a beginning chain. The chart shows flow meaning front loop only. This round work single crochet increases into the front loops of the stitches. Work all the way around. Join with a slip stitch. This completes round 12. Round 13 follows the pattern of 3 single crochets and 1 single crochet increase. Work all the way around. Upon completion, stretch the loop. Take out the crochet hook. Place the slip stitch marks at the back. Take out the pants. Place the slip stitch marks at the back. Sew onto the body. Leave a little leg showing. Thread the reserved yarn into the yarn needle. Sew the starting point onto the body. No specific sewing method required, just make sure it's securely sewn. Once the pants are sewn up, take out the top and sew on. The colorway and color of my top here are not for reference. Demonstrate the method only. Now the top is on. Because after putting on the top, the working yarn is pressed inside the top, making it inconvenient for crocheting later. So after working a few stitches according to the pattern chart, leave a 20 cm yarn tail, and fasten off the yarn. Pull the yarn tail out from the inside. Then work 1 incomplete single crochet. Insert the hook into. Draw the yarn through. Keep the working yarn in front. Take new yarn. Leave a little yarn tail, place it behind directly. Yarn over and draw through. Now the yarn is joined. Continue working several single crochets to the left. Crochet while wrapping the broken yarn and joining yarn tails. After completing several stitches, the remaining yarn tails are hidden inside the fabric as stuffing. Continue crocheting the remaining rounds according to the pattern chart. Add fiber fill appropriately while crocheting. After completing the final round, leave a 15 cm yarn tail for closing. Note that when pressing the head, don't make it too soft. It should feel slightly firm. This means it's properly stuffed. If it doesn't fit properly, add a bit more fiber fill. Or you can choose the amount of stuffing based on your preference. Thread the reserved yarn through a yarn needle. Pick up the front loop of each stitch one by one. Gently tighten slightly. Press flat. Tie off and weave in the ends neatly. That's the end of the main parts crocheting method. Now let's make the facial features and hair. First, the facial features. Divided into ears and eyes. Finally, the hair. Please watch the demonstration now. Crochet the ears, take the yarn. Start with an adjustable magic ring. Complete. Chain 1 to begin. Work 5 single crochets in the magic ring. Do not join with the first stitch using a slip stitch. Leave a 15 cm yarn tail, and cut the yarn. Pull the yarn through. Then tighten the center of the piece. One ear is completed. Make another ear. Take one of the ears. Thread the reserved yarn into the yarn needle. Now explain the sewing position for the ears. Sew onto the 17th to 19th rounds of the head. Count upwards from the neck area, where all stitches are single crochet increases. The ears are separated by 16 stitches. When sewing, if you insert the hook into the 17th round's insertion point, then draw through from the stitch on the 19th round. Remove the yarn marker. And secure it on the other edge of the ear. Pay attention, the right side of the ear should be facing you. Then pick up the head and sew a few stitches randomly in the middle. Secure it firmly, as long as it doesn't fall off. Finally tie off and weave in the ends neatly. This side of the ear is now sewn. Repeat this process. This ear is now sewn. Next, take the yarn for embroidering the eyes. Cut a piece of yarn, about 40 centimeters long. Take 2 strands. Take 1 strand at a time. Thread the needle. Next, let's talk about the position for embroidering the eyes. Embroider on round 17 and round 18. Embroider vertically. Space 4 stitches between the eyes. When embroidering, embroider each eye 3 times. This creates 6 strands. I've already finished 1 eye. Fasten and weave in ends. Then don't cut the yarn to adjust the other eye. It's okay if there are yarn tails at the back, they'll be covered when making the hair later. This completes the eyes. Now let's move on to the hair. Take out the loop yarn. Without stretching, cut naturally. Cut 2 segments of 20 centimeters each. Or you can also cut according to the short side of the chart. Cut and secure the hair as you go. I've already cut 2 loop yarns of corresponding length. Fold them in half. Hold the fold with your hand. Insert the hook into the second to last round stitch. This is the position for finishing off. This round is the last round. This is the second to last round. Insert into the stitch. Draw through horizontally. Pull the folded loop yarn through. Then take the 4 strands on the left and pull them through the loop on the hook side. Pull tight. One group is now secured. Continue securing the second group. Insert the hook into the position where it came out earlier. Draw through horizontally on the left side. Cut 2 strands of 20 centimeters. Fold in half and pull through. After stretching the loop, then take the 4 strands on the left and pull them through the loop on the right side. Pull tight. The second group is now secured. Follow the same securing method as the second group to complete securing this round. The first layer of hair is now secured. Next, take 1 strand to secure it. Then secure the second layer of hair. The method is identical to the first layer. Only the number of groups differs. Secure the next round downward. We can also work on the back of the head side. Secure the third layer of hair on the round below the second layer. Use the ears as the dividing line. Only secure this section. Just secure a few groups when securing. Space each group of hair by 1 stitch. Once the third layer of hair is secured, take the glue. Glue the third layer of hair onto the back of the head. When gluing, pull the yarn straight. Make sure it has no fluffy appearance. If it's short hair, apply glue about 4 or 5 rounds away from the neck. If not, you can apply glue all the way to about 2 rounds away from the neck. Wait for the glue to dry completely. Pick up the scissors for trimming. The length can be aligned with this position on the side of the hand. As a straight line. Trim straight to the other side. After trimming is done, pick up the second layer of hair and let it down. Divide it into sections. Bangs. Back of the head and sideburns. Make sure to leave space for the ears. Attach the bangs up to 2 rounds above the eyes. Leave about 2-3 strands for the sideburns. When attaching this layer, don't pull the yarn too straight. Let the yarn hang down, giving it just a slight stretch. Wait for the glue to dry completely. Continue to let down and attach the first layer of hair. Next, watch my demonstration first, then start making it yourself. Whether it's short hair or double low pigtails. Trim the front bangs gradually to be level with the eyes. Something like this. If it's double low pigtails, divide the yarn at the back of the head into two parts. Tie each part with a strand of yarn. Leave the sideburns a bit longer. If it's short hair, just trim the yarn at the back of the head to be flat. You can leave it a bit longer. Finally, after the hat is on, do the fine tuning. Pay attention to the double ponytail sections. You can trim them to your preferred length, or you can braid them. Tie the ends with a strand of yarn. That's all for the hair. Next, make the hat. First, crochet the top loop. Then work the hat in the round using the magic ring. Attach the keyring during the process, and add thin wire in the final round while crocheting. Finally secure it to the head. Please watch the demonstration. Take the yarn, leaving a little yarn tail. Start with a foundation chain. Chain 10. Complete. Fasten off the yarn. Leave the yarn tail a bit longer for easier sewing later. The loop is now done. Set it aside for now. Next, follow the pattern chart to start with a magic ring. Complete. Now crochet the first round. This round uses 2 colors. Chain 1 to begin, then work 3 single crochets into the magic ring loop. Complete. Stretch the loop. Remove the crochet hook to change colors. Insert the hook into the front loop of the single crochet and the left side strand. Take the new color yarn. For easier explanation, we'll call the new yarn color 2. The original yarn is color 1. Leave a small yarn tail with color 2 and hold the yarn with left hand. Pull through with color 2. Then work 2 single crochets into the magic ring loop using color 2. Do not wrap color 1 around the work. Complete. Stretch the loop. Remove the crochet hook. Pull color 1. There's no loop above. The completed stitches won't drop. Insert the hook into the front loop of the last single crochet with color 2. And insert into the left side strand. Yarn over and pull through with color 1. Pay attention to the carrying yarn across of color 1 on the wrong side. Don't pull too tight to prevent the fabric from curling. Next, crochet 2 single crochets with color 1. Pull color 2. Then tighten the center of the piece. Join with the first stitch using a slip stitch. This completes the first round. Now crochet round 2. Chain 1 to begin. First, follow the chart to crochet 3 single crochet increases. Then change colors. Draw color 2 through with a yarn over. Mindful not to pull the carrying yarn too tight to prevent the fabric from curling. Crochet 2 single crochet increases with color 2. After completing, change colors. Crochet 2 single crochet increases with color 1. Finally join with a slip stitch. This completes round 2. Next, enlarge the loop on the crochet hook. Take out the ring and keyring. Thread the ring through the smallest hole in the keyring. Place it in the center of the ring. Next, take both ends of the ring and insert them through the center of the first round of the hat. Insert from the right side to the wrong side. The side facing us while crocheting is the right side. To prevent the ring yarn from being pulled out of the center, when passing through with the second yarn, pick up and knit through one strand on the fabric surface, then thread back through the center. Secure both ends of the ring on the wrong side of the hat. Make an extra knot to secure it well. Leave the excess yarn, secure it at the crown after completing the entire hat. Once the ring is secured, continue crocheting the remaining rounds of the hat. The color change method for the first 2 rounds has been demonstrated. Follow the chart until the third to last round. When completed, fasten off the yarn. This completes the third to last round. Now work on the second to last row. Refer to the chart and start from the first stitch. Count the corresponding stitches to the left. My colors are not for reference. Insert the hook into the front loop of the next stitch to join the yarn. This entire row is worked by picking up the front loops. Chain 1 as beginning chain. Following the chart, work 2 single crochets into the front loops. The first stitch is worked at the joining position. Continue working 2 half double crochet increases to the left. TV indicates half double crochet increase. First work the first one. On the left side, pick up the front loops and work 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. One, 2. This completes the half double crochet increase. Next, work 1 half double crochet increase to the left. Then work 1 double crochet increase on the left side. FV indicates double crochet increase, meaning double crochet increase. Double crochet increase means working 2 double crochets into the same stitch. 1, 2. This completes the double crochet increase. Continue to the left, pick up the front loops and work 7 double crochet increases in sequence. Once completed, work 2 half double crochet increases to the left in sequence. Two single crochets. Cut the yarn to finish. This completes the second to last row. Now work the final round. First cut a 40 cm thin wire, and fold it in half. Insert the hook into the third to last round's first stitch to join the yarn. After joining the yarn, place the wire above the working yarn. Chain 1 as beginning chain. Then work to the left following the pattern chart. Continue all the way to the second to last rose stitch on the left side. Work while wrapping the wire into the stitches. Once completed, pick up the second to last rose stitches to the left and work. Follow the pattern chart to complete this round, finishing with a slip stitch join. Cut the yarn. Place the excess wire on the wrong side of the hat. If it seems too long, you can cut a little bit. You can secure it with glue. Press and wait for the glue to dry. That's all for the hat. After the hat is crocheted, attach the loop yarn at the head. Secure it. Tuck the excess yarn inside the hat. Then put on the hat. Once it's on, let's trim the hair. When trimming, do it in small amounts multiple times. After the sideburns reach the corresponding length, you can glue them. It's short hair. You can also trim it to your desired length. Once everything is trimmed, apply glue inside the hat. Then put it on properly. Next, let's make the soccer ball. It consists of black fabric pieces and white fabric pieces. The crocheting method is similar to the hands. Follow the same crocheting method as the hands. Crochet according to the soccer ball pattern chart. Once completed, sew the pieces together. Note, when cutting the yarn at the end, no need to secure with a chain stitch. Just pull the yarn through and cut it off. I've already crocheted all the fabric pieces here. One of the black fabric pieces also has a ring attached. Since I'm going to sew them together here, the colors are random. Next, pick up a black fabric piece. Thread the reserved yarn tail into the needle. Then pick up a white fabric piece. Take 2 stitches from the white piece, and 2 stitches from the black piece. Whip stitch through the adjacent 2 half loops. Meaning, pick the back loops of the front fabric piece. For the back fabric piece, pick the half loops closer to you. After sewing it up, pick up another white fabric piece to whip stitch with the black piece. Pick the adjacent 2 half loops. After sewing it up, continue to sew 3 white fabric pieces with the black piece one by one. Once 5 small white fabric pieces are sewn up. Next, move upwards and take these 2 small white fabric pieces. Whip stitch through the adjacent 2 half loops. Before sewing them together, need to fill the gap. To avoid having such a space in the middle after sewing, insert the hook into the left side seam position. Pull out the needle from the last stitch of the black small fabric piece. Pull tight. After sewing it up, next sew 2 stitches on the 2 white fabric pieces together. Once sewn like this, there's no gap between the fabric pieces. Then take another small black fabric piece to sew. Sew this black small fabric piece between these two white small fabric pieces. Need to add 3 white fabric pieces while sewing. When sewing here, follow the principle of surrounding one black fabric piece with 5 white small fabric pieces. After sewing, fill the gap. To make sure there's no space between them. After sewing it up, sew together the white small fabric pieces that are next to each other. Only sew 2 stitches that are next to each other. If the yarn tail is not long enough, tie a knot and weave in the ends on the wrong side. Do not cut off the extra yarn. Leave it inside the ball as stuffing. Continue sewing with the reserved yarn tail from another black small fabric piece. If it's hard to sew, you can also take new yarn. After sewing it up, hide the yarn tail on the wrong side of the fabric piece. Repeat this process to sew another fabric piece of this shape. After you have 2 fabric pieces sewn like this, take the top fabric piece, and pick 2 centered stitches to sew together. Leave a bit of yarn tail at the beginning. After sewing, tie a knot and weave in the ends on the wrong side. Sew the other side as well, forming a tube shape. Once it's sewn like this, take out 1 black fabric piece. Sew it in the middle of these 4 white fabric pieces. After sewing, take out 1 white fabric piece. Sew it onto the black fabric piece. After completing, move down and sew these 2 white fabric pieces together. Then take out 1 black fabric piece. Sew it in the middle of these 4 white fabric pieces. After sewing, sew these two white fabric pieces together. Weave in the ends on the wrong side. Next, take out one black fabric piece, and sew it in the middle of these 5 white fabric pieces. During the sewing process, connect the white fabric pieces as well. Continue to take out one black fabric piece. Sew it in the middle of these 5 white fabric pieces. Connect the white fabric pieces during the process. After sewing one side, continue sewing the other side until only one piece remains. Next, take out fiber fill, and stuff it inside. Continue sewing the last fabric piece. Sew while adding appropriate stuffing. Finally, pinch it to feel slightly loose and soft. Finally, tie off and weave in the ends. Once completed, take out the keyring and assemble it. Attach it to this small circle on the other part. Small circle. That's all for the soccer ball. Finally, on the toy's face, apply blush in small amounts multiple times. That's all for the toy. Up to this point, the entire product has been fully explained. If you have any unclear parts during the crocheting process, don't hesitate to join our Facebook group to get supports. Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.